We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of shrimp, if I see it, I cop it. I'm not kidding, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of shrimp, if I see it, I cop it. I'm not kidding, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
Yeah, if I see it, I cop it. Running through stores, if I see it, I rock it. Yeah, girl, if you see it, I got it. Run it up more, we need all the profit. 100 racks back up in summer 16. Spent that whole bag on a whole summer dream. Life's complicated, no Avril Lavigne. Copped a new condo to blow us some steam. All these rappers just rapping in triplets. Pushing that product, just got a new shipment. Pushing that roll 50 over the limit. Cushion that blow, I don't get why they with it. We at the top and we throwing the game. All of these peasants will know of my name. All of these blessings, we staying the same. The drip is fluorescent, I'm going insane. Royal genetics all up in my veins. Back me a real one and gave her my name. All of these issues, but no one to blame. Praying that God will just show me the way. Changing the game, got the source code, and I'm off-road and my horses go skirt. One in the same day, of course, no, we in first, yo, all my niggas, we were. Faking the fame, but we all know, cause the source told all you niggas just learn. Talking and saying y'all pseudo, and it's true though, y'all just popping them perks. Taking the stage, got a few shows, let the crew know it's a class in the dirt. I am the king and it's my throne, y'all are kind though, they keep calling me Zerx.
We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of shrimp, if I see it, I cop it. I'm not kidding, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lots of shrimp, if I see it, I cop it. I'm not kidding, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
We only got one life, I'ma get that. If you with that, do not sit back and just wish that you had it. Despite all your witchcraft and your riffraff, this is my gift and you wish that you had it. Tonight, gonna bump trap, gonna thump that. Drums in the back and you know that we have it. Girls like where the one at, need to run back. Flee from these niggas, you know that they savage. They acting macho like they Randy Savage. They call me Pablo, the kingpin is at it. I am Apollo, you Rocky, I've had it. Y'all can just follow cause niggas is slacking. I am Jack Sparrow, my verses is cracking. I am the ghost and you rappers is Pac-Man. Out in the coast and I'm getting more blacking. Y'all acting hairy, I'm grabbing the waxing.
Top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a new grip, if I see it, I cop it. Lobster and shrimp, if I see it, I cop it. I am that kid, if I see it, I cop it. House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it.
Yeah, we are back. Juicy. Juicy juice. Juicy juice. Papa Schwilio is bake. Hello.
Hello.
Very good. Very, very good.
We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it. Need a
Very
new whip, if I
good.
see it, I
Excellent,
cop it.
excellent,
Lots of shrimp,
excellent.
If I see it, I cop it. I'm not kidding, if I see it, I cop it.
Yes.
House off the grid, if I see it, I cop it. We at the top, if I see it, I cop it. All of this guap, if I see it, I cop it. Got some new drip, if I see it, I cop it. Saw that new whip, if I see it, I cop it.
Well, now that we have everyone coming in, everyone's getting their daily Swole messages. Remember, Daily Swole Club, just send me a message on Facebook.
Yeah, if I see it, I cop it.
Plug in, we's back live.
Girl, if you see it, I got it. Run it up more, we need all the profit.
Remember, get on that Daily Swole Club tip. I'll explain it when we go live. For those that aren't in the know, we'll get you in the know.
Just rapping in triplets, pushing that product, just got a new shipment, pushing that roll 50 over the limit, cushion that blow, I don't get why they with it. We at the top and we throwing the game. All of these peasants will know of my name. All of these blessings, we staying the same. The drip is fluorescent, I'm going insane. Royal genetics all up in my veins. Back me a real one and gave her my name. All of these issues, but no one to blame. Praying that God will just show me the way. Changing the game, got the source code, and I'm off road, and my horses go skirt. One in the same day, of course, no, we in first, yo, all my niggas we were. Fake in the fame,
you miss
but we
Papa
all know,
Swole?
the source told all you niggas just learn.
Well, here we go.
Saying y'all pseudo and it's true.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 808-ish-5 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and back in the swole hole cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we are flexed biceps. All right, and that's done. Enough intros. What's going on, everyone? Papa Swolio's back in the crib. Hello. And all the Daily Swole Club members are getting their alerts and their notifications and their updates. So I was explaining in the intro over on the live. Instagram doesn't get that kind of intro lobby screen like Facebook and YouTube and shit. But if you want, so sometimes you don't get notifications and sometimes you don't get updates. If you're not on the email list, you don't get certain updates. If you're not on the Daily Swole Club list, you don't get certain updates. But for the Daily Swole podcast, all the updates when I'm in town, if I'm out, if I'm going live, if it's uploaded, you're going to get a lot of little alerts, and it's all through Facebook Messenger. So if you want to hook into it, if you want to get on, and it's just a private list that gets some inside scoop and some inside updates and, little workouts, nutrition stuff, things I send out. So everyone's getting their messages. And when I'm going live, I send out a message. That way you get your message and you get your alert. You don't have to worry about missing notifications. So if you want to be a part of the Daily Swole Club, 100% free. So it's just easy. You go to Facebook at Swolenormous and you just send me a message and you'll get a prompt that tells you where to click to be added to the Daily Swole Club list. And then you'll just get a Facebook message when I send out that shit. So it's cool. It's cool. It's like a little insider. It's a VIP list. For VSP, very swole people. Instead of very important person, very swole people. VSP list. Ooh, the VSP list. I like that. Just started something new. The VSP list. Oh my God. I never thought I'd like to be back on this ball again. It's kind of nice. Welcome everyone joining on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you are watching. Got my coffee for those that didn't see this awesome mug on my Instagram stories. If you're from New England and you understand New York City, you've seen this. How many of you does this look familiar? See that? This is one of those little Greek cups that they put coffee in New York City. It's like a standard. It's just a huge, they're all paper cups, of course. So it's for takeout coffee when you go and you pick up coffee. But this is actually ceramic. So this is an actual coffee cup that looks like the New York City paper cup. So this is my new favorite cup. It's my new favorite mug. I know a lot of you are going to be like, where's the big mug? No, I'm going small mug. I'm going like little paper cup simulation now for my coffee. Oh my God, it's going to be great to get back into the gym today and lift some weights. I was actually planning on lifting weights. I did a little bit. I guess I did a little bit of stuff outside, but I didn't do anything. I didn't actually go to the gym. I thought I was going to, just didn't work out that way. If you live in the country, you know that everywhere you go is about 30 minutes, and I didn't rent a car, so I was just with family and stuff, so I was just I had a car to be able to go. I just didn't. It was a perfect opportunity for me to focus more on yoga and focus on some other things and give my body a little bit of a break in that sense. It's good to deload for a week, do some more mobility stuff, which I did, but I also felt very stiff, and I still feel I don't feel as stiff. And I realized it took me a couple days because I didn't realize how much of an impact. And I'm thinking about it like, shit, of course I'm stiff. Of course I feel a little bit like, groggy or quote, under the weather, because now I'm in Florida and it's sea level. And sometimes where you drive around, you're actually below sea level. In Connecticut, I was 2,000 feet above sea level. So 2,000 feet, that's a massive difference. That's a huge difference in elevation, not to mention the colder weather, the decrease in humidity. And it was nice for a bunch of days. It was really nice, a little bit misty and rainy, but great weather overall. And so that kind of like, sudden shift doesn't really incur a lot of, inspiration or physical, I guess, prowess to do physical activity. I felt like just like not moving, like I was a statue almost. So yoga was the answer. Didn't feel like beating myself up. I would not rather work out at home. I don't really like working out at home. Yeah. I don't like working out at home. I don't have equipment to work out. I will eventually, but I don't know. It's great to go to a gym because then you can focus better. You can get out of your environment. When you're at home, oftentimes you get a lot of distractions. And a lot of you probably feel that way. If you're far away from the gym, then it makes more sense to have a home gym. But, there's a lot of downsides to it that I've found. There's so many distractions. You can go inside and go to the bathroom. You can punch out quicker. You can leave or end your workout quicker. When you're at a gym, it's like you want to finish everything, get it completed because you can't do it at home. So it's like you're trying to, I'm not a big fan of working out at home. Not a big fan of doing anything at home except podcasting. I like doing podcasting at home because I got all my stuff. I got my computer. I can edit. I can do the things that I need to do. The internet connection is so nice again. It's so nice. It was actually nice to not have internet connection because, you don't need a lot of internet. You don't need a lot of internet if you're not uploading a lot of things. So I wasn't able to upload. I was barely able to upload the podcast. It took forever. All those episodes, one of the reasons why they were probably about half an hour and they were shorter than normal. Doesn't really matter. I mean, this episode today is probably not going to be super long anyway. But because the longer the file, the longer the episode, oh my God, took forever to upload. It was just super, super, super slow mountain internet. Falsta, 5 a.m. I haven't gone to the gym today because my partner's lazy. I have a serious question for you, a medical one. Don't ask to ask a question. If you're going to ask, just ask. Like really, don't ask to ask a question because that just wastes both of our time. Just boom, drop it in there because chances are I'll miss it anyway. But just ask the question. If it's medical, chances are I won't answer it. But you can ask anyway. So you could send it along. But I'll tell you probably to go see a doctor if it's a medical thing. No, I don't. Less distraction at home. Nice. I have slowly been adding equipment to my garage. Now I have my own home gym. Well, it's great to have the stuff. It's great to have workout stuff so you can do it if you want to. But I don't like that as my primary normally. Maybe in the future I'll get into it more, but I prefer usually to go to a gym and that way I'm away from all the things that can pull me away from getting it done. You wear a hat. If you get distracted at a gym, put a fucking hat on and put some music on and boom. You have your own private gym. Then you're in the middle of nowhere. You're in your own headspace and you're not distracted by anything. So today's episode, Remove the Mystery. Just wanted to touch upon a couple things from not really from the trip, but just conceptual wise, because today's a Monday. So it's a great time to kind of go back to the basics in the sense of what would hold you back from taking it to the next level. So even if you're training already, and even if you are consistent, how could you be more consistent? How could you up your game? What could you do every day? What could you do in a small manner to improve your output over the long term? Because all those little tiny bumps every single day, when you kind of when you increase or improve your output on a daily basis, over the long term, it's going to be a greater output. You're going to get better results. You're going to end on a higher note, so to speak, in the long term. So how do you get more consistent, or how do you take it to the next level? It's really hard to say anything else but just literally doing it. Just literally doing it. Over the last week, I got my podcast done, even though it wasn't always convenient or easy. You oftentimes do your workout when it's not convenient or easy either. And on a short term, on a daily basis, it's very easy to make an excuse to not go to the gym. It's very easy to not feel like doing your yoga. It's very easy to not feel like doing your meditation. It's very easy to feel like I'll just do it tomorrow or I'll rest tomorrow. And removing the mystery really means why you're not getting the output or why you're not getting the end result that you want. We're all in this to get something in the end, whether it's feeling better about ourselves, which is vague, which is why specific goals are very valuable, because when you have specific goals that you can measure, then you can actually see if you're making progress. Just feeling better about yourself, you can do that with meditation. You don't have to do that with exercise. You don't have to change your physical body at all. You don't have to change your health to feel better about yourself. It certainly helps because then your actions will back up what you're saying. You could just say you love yourself, but then if you're eating crap and you're not exercising, do you really love yourself? So it's not just feeling better about yourself. That might be one of your goals, that you want to feel good. But, when you get tactical, you want to lose 20 pounds, 10 pounds, you want to build and you want to gain 10 pounds, you want to gain 15 pounds. That is another measurable goal. Okay. Well, how do you make any of those changes? How do you get to that next level wherever you are right now? I talked over the last few episodes, I've mentioned plateaus. I've been doing some posts on Instagram about plateaus and how plateaus aren't always plateaus. Sometimes plateaus are just slow inclines. Sometimes you just need to get more consistent. Sometimes you think you're more consistent than you actually are. That happens a lot of times with me. I'll think I'm more consistent with certain things, with yoga or with stretching, than I really am. So it helps for me to kind of mark things down and cross them off and check them off on a daily or weekly basis to make sure that I am actually doing it, because I have a lot of things in my brain. And chances are you have things with your kids, you have things with work, you have your own responsibilities, and you have a lot of things upstairs. It helps to get them out of your head, put them on a whiteboard, put them on your phone, and mark them off as you go through. That way you can stay consistent, or you can increase your output on a daily basis, which will improve your results. And it all comes down to consistency. And that's why it says every day in the back on the board, on the whiteboard behind me, because it is every day. When you train, when you're eating healthy, it's every day. It's all the time. It's all the time. Whether you're training or not, your nutrition is on point. When you're not exercising, when you're not going to the gym, you're doing your recovery, you're doing your yoga. And this is not debatable. It's not up for debate. You have to do it every day. You have to stay on top of your nutrition every day. You can't cheat all the time. You can't slack all the time. And if you're happy with where you are, then fine. Because some people are going to say, well, I like to cheat and I feel great, blah, blah. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. If you take anything from any of the episodes of my podcast, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can eat whatever you want. You can eat broccoli all the time. If you want to eat broccoli and lima beans, then fucking eat broccoli and lima beans and go save the animals. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you do CrossFit, really. I don't care if you do cardio 5 times a week. It only matters if you're not getting the results you want. And then I have other opinions as to why you're not getting results, as to why that you're not getting that kind of change, because you're going to adapt to the stress you put on your body. You're going to adapt to the stress you put on your body. If you want to get better at swimming, then you have to swim very, very frequently. That has to be your priority if you want to get better at that. So with anything, you have to put your focus on it. You have to put all your attention on it. Otherwise, you're not going to improve it. And so it only comes down to if you're not happy with what you're getting. If you're not happy with what you're getting, you have to change something. If it's not working out and it's analytically not working out, if you're measuring plateaus, if you're not feeling good, if you're you're losing energy or strength, you're not doing something right. And it's okay to not do something right. You're going to do something not right a lot. It's called life. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but you have to change things. You have to switch directions. You have to realize those gaps when you're not as consistent as you think. Working out 3 days a week is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. You'll get some results, but then you're going to even keel and you're not going to see much more change. No one that really sees tons of results works out only 3 days a week. You're only going to go so far with 3 days a week. Let's So there you go. I mean, right here, here's a prime example. Amanda Hankins. I feel like I've hit a wall with my weight loss right now. I'm at 84 pounds lost in 12 months. That's like a disgustingly ridiculous amount of weight loss. That's a ton of weight. That's 7 pounds a month. That's absolutely phenomenal. So you haven't hit a wall for shit. You lost 84 pounds in 12 months and you feel like you've hit a wall. Like, what does that even mean? Just you can see how bullshit feelings get in the way of actual analytical results. You've lost 84 pounds in 12 months. That's amazing. Congratulations. Why you have negative feelings right now? Because feeling like you've hit a wall is a negative feeling. Negative vibes, negative energy. You feel like you're not getting results. You're less likely to stick to it. You're more likely to fall off. And when you lose a lot of weight, your body's going to rebound. So you have to stick to it. You have to maintain that weight loss so you can't get back on your heels. You know, I mean, that's amazing. So you haven't hit a wall at all. If anything, you've lost far more weight than is average. 4 to 8 pounds a month. 8 pounds is like a high end of what is really healthy and maintainable. 8 pounds a month. So you've lost 7 pounds a month. So you've lost like at the peak of like what you should be losing every month for 12 months. So you haven't hit a wall for shit. And that's good news. That's good news. So that's in your head. That's in your head. You can't determine a wall in that kind of, when you have that kind of results to show for it, unless you lost 84 pounds in a month and then you haven't lost shit. I mean, that's not possible. But unless you've just, you know, the last 6 months have just been boom, dead stop. And I'm literally saying dead stop because if you lose 1 pound a month, that's still 1 pound a month. But you want to lose fat. You don't want to lose muscle. And if you're lifting weights, it's going to slow down because you are building muscle. If you have excess fat, that's really the only time you're going to be losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time. It's when you are new to training and you have a lot of extra body fat to get rid of. If you've been training for a long time, you're not going to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Your body doesn't do that. Either you're in a caloric surplus or a caloric deficit. You're going to gain or lose weight accordingly. If you're brand new to training or you have a ton of extra body fat, those are really the only situations when your body will kind of do both. All right. But everyone else that's been training for a while, you got to bulk or you got to cut. You got to give your body extra or you got to give your body less. Okay. So just keep it going. Just keep going. I've been considering meditation to help, but I have no idea where to start. You probably missed those episodes where I talked about those apps. Just download an app on your phone and start with meditation. There's a bunch of them up there. There's Headspace, which is really popular. I've talked about that. There are other ones that some people like. So just type in meditation in the App Store and download it. And you'll love it. And then you start and you can get into other things. You can Google it. You can look up other YouTube. There's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, if you're considering meditation, you have no idea where to start, then you haven't even done a Google search. Type it in. Type it in. Just Google it. Guys, everyone, Google things. Search for it. Search for things. You have a device that just tells you, gives you answers. You snap your fingers and it fucking tells you what to do. Go do it. You'll love it. All right. Yeah, well, and then there's another aspect to that too. So Eric is absolutely right. Just keep pushing. That's where real progress comes from. Yes, you're going to feel that way. I'm not saying you're not going to have feelings. I'm not saying you're going to always feel good. You're always going to feel amazing. I feel like I hit a wall quite frequently. When you're so deep into it, when you're so deep into your life and you're so, I guess, enveloped and just buried in the shit that you're used to, you're going to lose perspective. And that's why it's good. That's why for me, changing my surroundings for a week gives me some more perspective. Changing your gym. If you're stuck in your gym, if you're training at home and you hit a wall, go to a gym for a couple of weeks, or vice versa, train at home or go to a different gym. Like, change your environment. And at least and that's where meditation does help, because it makes you more aware of your feelings that you're having. It makes you more aware when you're having those feelings, and it gives you the ability to kind of step back and be like, that's bullshit. That feeling is think about how powerful that is when you realize, that's just a feeling that I'm having. That's not a reality. That's just a feeling. It's a real feeling, but it's not based on anything. It's just based on maybe some chemical imbalance at the moment. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're just something on your mind that you're not consciously pulling up. And then all of a sudden you kind of feel bad about all the amazing progress you've made. I mean, do you want those, for the weight loss, do you want those 84 pounds back? No, of course not. So embrace and be so grateful that you're seeing such progress and realize, oh, this is just a momentary fleeting thing. Anytime you have those thoughts, those are the reasons why people quit. Those are the reasons why people quit, because you have those feelings and they turn into an action and then you stop doing it. But you're always going to have that feeling. You're always going to have that feeling of, oh, it's not working out as well as I hoped. I don't know. I don't know if this is working. Should I continue? What do I expect? A lot of times when you start these training programs or protocols, or you start these journeys, you don't know what to expect. You might start thinking you're going to get one thing, and then, oh, it turns into something else. I'll start making videos a certain way, and then it then turns into, a different type of video or a different type of content. Or I start doing things one week and then realize I don't like that the next week, and then I change. It's kind of something you have to try and then realize later on if it works. You have to see if it works for you, but you won't know if it works unless you try it. Thoughts on 100 push-up per day challenge? I have no thoughts on that. I don't think it's you're doing 100 push-ups a day. Are you going to see amazing progress? You'll probably get better at doing push-ups if you're practicing them properly. I mean, doing 100 push-ups a day, how is that different? You've been working out for a while. 100 push-ups, it's not that much. And that's my opinion. For some people, it's going to be a shitload. 100 push-ups a day is cake. So for me, it's like I would just go work out. How about doing a working out every day challenge? Do a yoga every day challenge. That would be more worth your time. Do a yoga every day for a month rather than these little challenges. These challenges are such bullshit. Challenges are bullshit because they get you excited. Oh, it gets you signed up. You're going to win a prize or something. Or 100 push-ups a day challenge. If you're going to challenge yourself that's going to lead into something maintainable. 100 push-up a day, and I'm not knocking you. I'm just talking about challenges in general now. If you do a challenge, it's like a 30-day challenge or a 60-day challenge or even a 90-day challenge, and it drops you on your ass. You're doing something and then it ends. You need to approach your fitness differently. You have to start something without thinking about an endpoint. You have to understand and really dig your teeth and sink your teeth into the long-term aspect of it. You need to dig in. You need to strap in. You need to start and get amped to be healthier and develop it along the way. You don't need an endpoint. You shouldn't have an endpoint for fitness. You're going to change. What you're doing now is going to be different than what you are doing in 3 years, or what you feel like doing, or what your goals are. It's going to change. Let's see some other messages. Oh, here's the medical question. This is my first time taking a strength formula. I've taken the G Fuel, and it has the same blood pressure warning, and I've used it for years. Wait, is that the second part of it? It has the same blood pressure warning. I don't know what G Fuel. Is that like a Gatorade thing? I've used it for years. Daily, stopped 90 M ago. Trained 2 hour. Gamma Labs 24K. I have low test and recently been high, and my BP has never been so high, 134/100. I don't know what you're asking, dude. You just said things. Sorry, that's not even a question. I don't know what you're asking me, man. You're taking supplements over the counter that aren't regulated, so that's your risk. That's why I don't promote supplements, because I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what that is. You said you have low test this. You got to go get blood work done or something, and obviously if it's not good, stop taking that shit. Nina. Nothing changed my perspective like coming down with Bell's palsy 3 weeks ago. I'm on the mend, but I sure have a good understanding of how much I have to be grateful for and how very much I could lose. Stay swole, rising beast here. Good for you. Ken, do you think a 5x5 type routine is a waste of time if you are trying to keep calories low? I haven't seen any results from an 8 to 12 rep range. Well, then you're not doing the 8 to 12 rep range properly. And what kind of results are you trying to achieve? What type of results are you trying to achieve with an 8 to 12 rep range? And how are you actually executing that 8 to 12 rep range? That's like amazing if you're trying to keep calories low, if you're in a restriction, then 5x5 could be, you're not going to, it might help you maintain muscle like the 8 to 12 will. But if you're doing a caloric deficit, you're going to lose weight. Beware 5x5 addiction. What's that? You get addicted to doing 5 reps. Ooh. Is that possible? Is that possible? You can get addicted to 5 reps. Increase the weight. Increase the weight. If you're restricting calories, you're not going to be stronger. You're not going to feel stronger. You're not going to get stronger by decreasing caloric intake, though. You can try it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing 5 repetitions. There's nothing wrong with doing 6. Do 6 to 8. You're going to build more muscle if you're doing more moderate reps, like 6, 8, 10, 12 to failure. Like, you have to push yourself. You can't just stop counting at 8 or 10 and be like, okay, I'm done. Is 8 the last rep you could possibly do? Is 12 the last rep you could, literally, is 12 the last rep you could do? Or could you have gone 5 pounds heavier and done 8 or 9 repetitions? So maybe you're not pushing it hard enough. Maybe you're not doing enough volume. Maybe you're just not eating enough food when you should be eating more. Maybe you shouldn't be in a caloric deficit and you are. How closely are you tracking your calories? Are you tracking everything you're eating? Are you sleeping? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. You know, the more specific the question, I'm trying to get more specific questions lately, like on Instagram and stuff. Just understand whenever, I mean, any of you, there's no bad questions. There's just specific and general. If the more specific you are, the more specific an answer you'll get. If you ask a general question or something that's a little bit more vague, you're going to get a more vague answer. And a lot of times it'll sound like I'm brushing off questions when in reality, it's just so vague. How do you even answer it? You know, do I just start another podcast and do a daily show on just that topic? Because sometimes you're like, how do I lose weight? Well, fuck. How do you answer that question? A lot of different things. All right. You could just eat less and you'll lose weight, right? So there's more specific. The more specific tactical question you can ask, the better the answer will be, just because. I feel bad typing multiple paragraphs. Oh, don't feel bad. Well, the thing is, here it might disappear because sometimes it might cut off, but you can follow up with that. I just want to answer your question if I can. So if you ask a vague question, I give you a vague answer. I don't really feel good either because I feel like I'm not really helping, but I can't help unless I have all the details. I'm not going to answer something assuming, right? I'm not going to answer any questions assuming that I know what you're trying to accomplish, because if you don't write it down, you know, I don't know you. I don't know what you're trying to do. Maybe you have something else in mind that I'm thinking of, right? Do I even lift, bro? Do you even lift, bro? How many times a week would you recommend to work out? Like that. That's a super vague question. How many times a week would I recommend to work out? I can't even answer it. I wouldn't recommend anything. I would recommend depending on what your experience is, what you're trying to accomplish, so many different factors. So I can't even, you could work out every day. What are you classifying as a workout? Are you considering yoga a workout? You could work out every day, do strength training a few days a week, and do yoga a few days a week. And if you consider each one of those a workout, then you're working out every day. But people think, oh my God, you shouldn't work out every day, you should take days off. Well, I call yoga is very much active recovery. So you don't need to take a day off where you just sit on the couch and do nothing. Most people want to sit on the couch and do nothing. Most people want to do that. So they look forward to, but I'm taking a day off. You shouldn't ever be not active, not doing some type of mobility work, you're not going to crush yourself by doing mobility every day. It's important. It's easier to type long paragraphs when you're swole as fuck. Ooh, Ken, Nina called you out, son. Ooh, that was dirty. Nina, that was unnecessary. But I like it. I was keeping Nina in my back pocket and just let her loose for this episode. Sick him. Let's see. Hi, Swole, best fit podcast on earth. Oh, Michelle, thank you. No BS with this guy, the real deal. Thank you, dear. Do you approve of protein drinks and or BCAA? I don't personally use. You know, when you say, so do you approve? You don't need my approval for anything. You're a grown-ass man or woman. I don't know what so. I don't know if that's your real name. It's a good, funny name if you're trying to play on words there, so I like that either way. I don't do any protein shakes, and I don't take BCAAs. You don't need BCAAs. That's a waste of money. From all my experience and from the research and from especially recently that they're getting a lot of they're getting shit on a lot. You don't need BCAAs. And I just know from personal experience because I don't take them. So I haven't felt the need for them. I haven't felt any difference in not taking them. The only difference is I have more money when I don't spend them on BCAAs. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I have more money. I spend that money on real food. You don't need supplements when you're focusing more on food. And one of the reasons for my focus or pushing everyone or trying to encourage you to not focus on supplements is because when you focus less on supplements, you focus more on food. And when you focus more on food, you're going to get more results. So it kind of goes like full circle. You don't need the supplements because you're focusing more on the food that you're consuming. I mean, if you're going to spend money on any type of like extra thing, get a high quality fish oil, do some kind of like omega-3 supplementation. You know, that's always beneficial. I shouldn't say always, but that's beneficial for most people. Don't get enough omega-3s. So you can do a quality fish oil supplement. And there are sites you can go to that will actually track like the highest quality, or you can look up the details and the cleanliness and the production standards and stuff. Usually they list it on the back of the bottle. There are a bunch of them you can get at GNC or Vitamin Shop or some, the high quality liquid ones. But I mean, in terms of doing protein and BCAAs, eat your food. Eat your food. Eat your food. Eat your fucking food. When you're consistent as fuck with your food, you'll get more results. When you're very consistent with your food, you stop looking at it as entertainment, right? You start looking at your food as a tool. And when you look at your food as a tool, it stops becoming fun entertainment and looking for a certain outcome rather than just, okay, you're eating the fuel you need. You're less likely to overeat. You're not going to be balancing sweet and salt and excessively consuming food. You're going to get, I wouldn't say bored, but your taste buds aren't getting stimulated the same way. You're just eating the food, you're eating your fuel, and you're moving on with your day. You're not going to overeat calories. Like I don't overeat grass-fed beef and sweet potatoes. You just get full and then that's it. You move on with your life. When you're eating consistently, regular, all the time, you're not going to have that extra caloric stimulation. You're not just going to randomly chug 1,000 calories of soda or fruit juice. You're going to fuel your body. You're going to fill up that tank and then boom. You're less likely to overeat when you are very consistent with your habits. Your name is Incognito. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, get better food. Exactly. There you go. Get better food. Always a good decision. Always a good decision. And even if you are getting better food, always look to improve. Are you eating higher quality food? Are you getting your micronutrients? Are you getting your fermentable fibers? Are you getting all these things that have been shown to be very beneficial? And it's figuring out, okay, how do I like to eat these foods? How do I like to combine them? What bothers me? An elimination maybe if I'm having bloating or issues. Do I notice when I eat certain things? Do I have headaches? Do I have joint pain? Do I feel sluggish? Am I having those feelings already? I should cut down on some of these extra things I'm eating, go really sparse for a couple of weeks, and then see if I feel better, and then figure things out. You have to take an interest. You have to take an interest in your body and an interest for the long term, and you will get more results. You'll get more output because you're approaching it the right way. You're approaching it to be healthier, not to get a short-term fix. You're trying to make massive changes to improve your life. So it's going to benefit you in all aspects of said life. Come on, people. Join the program. I'm competing in figure in 2 weeks. Ooh, good for you. So would you think taking whole food supplements are a good choice if I'm not eating my 5 to 7 servings of veggies? What do you think of microscopy? I don't know enough about, what do you mean? Like in terms of just the supplements? You mean like whole food supplements, like the green powders? Well, because if you're competing, and I don't do like, pre-competition, like diet prep or anything like that. So I'm sure you're a coach or you have stuff going on. But if you're not getting in the calories, of course, then, I mean, personally, if I was doing it, I'd probably do one of those green powder shakes or green powder, in water or something like that, just because the chances of it hurting you is less than maybe the damage that could be done by decreasing your caloric intake and going without them. So how much it will help you, I don't know if you could even measure that, but there is a lot of these nutrients that you might go without. Let's say for some of you, if you're not getting certain foods and you're maybe and you're maybe I don't want to say calorically deficient, but if you're deficient in some of these vitamins, it doesn't pop up like all of a sudden. If you don't eat vitamin C one day, or if you don't consume vitamin B12 one day, you're not going to have problems. Some of these things take a long time to manifest themselves. So when you have people that are doing these diets and see weight loss and all these changes, wow, this works, this is amazing. Maybe they're missing very important nutrients that won't rear their heads in terms of a negative effect for 3 years, for 12 months. Sometimes it takes years for these deficiencies to actually show up as bad things in the body, like actual issues. So just because you're doing a diet, just because you're being vegan now, doesn't mean you're going to feel good in 2 years. You might start having a lot of problems if you're not getting enough of certain nutrients in 12 months, in 24 months, 36 months. It takes time for some of these deficiencies with whatever kind of diet, keto or whatever. But, you know, if you're getting in your micronutrients, and there's a lot of people that see results with different types of nutrition. And you can't say that one thing fits everyone. It's a lot of consistency. It's a lot of figuring out what works best for you and managing your calories and not overeating, not eating in excess. And when you're eating real whole foods and you're very consistent with your nutrition, you're less likely to overeat. You're less likely to eat excessive amounts of calories. And that is what ends up, causing people to gain weight. Of course, inflammatory foods, I still say that you need to approach your nutrition with what you're eating first. And then it's much easier to start targeting calories and not overeating because you're eating the right foods. So you're more full, you're more satisfied, you're consistent with your nutrition, and you'll naturally probably not overeat. But it's very easy to start looking at the caloric intake and then manage that because you're eating whole foods, you're satisfied, you got rid of your cravings, you got rid of these inflammation things that make you reach for something sugary to get rid of your migraine, X, Y, and Z, right? You're getting rid of these crashes that cause you to binge eat, or exhaustion that cause you to grab one of these like sugar-filled energy drinks or something like that. So once you manage your food and you're getting the right sources, it's very, very easy to start looking at numbers or start looking at quantity because you're getting the micronutrients, you're getting satisfaction, you're getting filled, you're getting full, you're eating the food that you should be eating. So you don't need as much because you're getting the right shit. You're getting the right stuff in your system. And we're coming up on, this is the holiday season, right? Halloween is a couple weeks away, 2 weeks away. Those of you that, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. You talked about the Daily Swole Club. Don't forget, everyone, the special offer. It's going to be ending within the next week. So you can check that out. I put a link in the Facebook description for the 3-month special for Swolenormous X. And I'm really excited to be back I'm so excited to be back at the computer. I can edit things. I can upload things. The internet works. I'm so excited. I get to edit things and upload them and do like the Swole things again. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So happy to have my toys. I'm back with my toys. But yeah, it's all about the consistency and removing the mystery. Everything, all these questions today goes back to the topic, really. I kind of knew it would be just like this. I knew it. I felt it in my bones, my swole bones. Today was going to be about consistency. Today was going to be about getting back on track for me personally, but for a lot of you, I'm sure you can always get back on track better. It's a Monday, so you're back in the flow. There really isn't a mystery. The consistency is everything. The more things that you can do, the more things you can do with your meal prep, the more things you can do with your training, the more things that you can do to make yourself more consistent. Seriously, you need to figure out those hacks yourself. There are a lot of little hacks, there are a lot of little preparation strategies and things that you need to actually do yourself and figure out yourself because it's specific to you. Your brain works a different way than mine, right? Your schedule is different than mine. Your desires, your goals, your strengths and weaknesses are different than mine, mentally and physically. You're just different. You're a different person. So what gets you amped is going to be different than what gets me amped. Something that you do might not help me for consistency, but something, you just have to tweak things a little differently. You have to think about things a little differently. And that's why we talked about it briefly earlier. The other question about meditation, that's why meditation helps. It helps you get into your own brain a little bit more and realize a little bit more maybe what's holding you back. If you're not being consistent, why are you not being consistent? What's holding you back? What's that challenge, or that super, or not superficial, but that intangible challenge, or that bump that is or that obstacle that's probably self-created in your own mind. What is that thing that you're creating? Why are you creating it? And how can you overcome that? And sometimes those just little hacks can help make the difference. And it's not something that anyone can tell you. It's something you have to learn by doing. I posted a video on Instagram. I'm not sure if a lot of people saw it. I don't know. I guess, for whatever reason, but it's a great message. It's just starting. If you start and you start trying to eat better and you start eliminating certain things, you start making better choices, you start doing that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to find answers. You're going to find answers to questions that you didn't even know to ask, or that you haven't asked yet. You're like, oh shit, I didn't realize that this would cause this. Wow, this is great. Now you know it. And now that's a tool in your arsenal. Now you just learned something about your body, or about eating better, or about training. And then like the more you learn, you just keep it. You don't lose it. When you learn something about training, you learn something about nutrition, you learn it, you know it. And now you add it to your little collection of things, and things you can use to your advantage. But you're not going to learn any of that shit unless you start doing it. You're not going to learn any of that shit unless you actually apply yourself and start making those fucking changes and start trying to do things. You have to try. You have to try. You're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed to get results. You're not guaranteed to get results by eliminating bread. You're not guaranteed to get results by eliminating dairy. Chances are you will, because a lot of the bad foods that we're consuming are made with those products. They're pumped full of fucking milk sugar, and you're getting tons of grains and gluten and high carb processed shit. It's just a starting point. Doesn't mean you can never have bread again. I mean, maybe it means you'll never have bread again because it's bad for you, and you'll fucking end up not liking it because it fucks your stomach up in the future once you test it out. Like, you have to, learn things. The more you learn, and especially about your body, right? How your body works, not how my body works. I'm just creating my shit that shows you how to, and explains how you can figure out what's best for you. Okay. Like I said, whatever your little hack is with nutrition, with training, you might say, I have to work out at home because I have less distractions, than fucking work out at home. There you go. Boom. You figured that out. Do you realize how important that is for people to figure out? It sounds silly. Oh, I like to work out at home. Cool. No, that's a massive, massive hack. That's a massive thing to uncover for yourself. If you realize, wow, when I work out at home, I have better workouts. I'm consistent. I get in the fucking zone. I don't have any distractions. That's how some people feel like when they go to the gym. If they work out at home, they feel the opposite. They feel pure distraction. They just feel like they can't unplug enough because they're still in their house. The kids are yelling, blah, blah, whatever. So they go to the gym, and that's their fucking chapel. And they go in there and they just fucking rage. So great. That's a hack for both people. Obviously, two totally different things. One person works out at home. The other person goes to the gym. But how about if that person that doesn't work out at home because they don't have any equipment, they never thought about building out their garage to have a gym or whatever, and they've always gone to the gym and they just can't fucking get it done. They just not happy, not getting the results. They get distracted, but it never occurs to them to go that extra mile and build out their own little home gym. So what if that person is in a different situation? They haven't learned yet. When you learn something like that, when you learn and you get a big, big piece of the puzzle, then all bets are off. Then all of a sudden you shift gears, and then boom, your progress comes in droves, because now you have you unhooked, you unlocked you leveled up, right? In a video game, you leveled up. You just got some cool coins. Now you can buy some better armor, right? That's how it works. That's what it works. I love this show. Oh, thank you. Going to the gym. Sweet. What up, bro? What up, Freddie? So fam, today is Monday. Consistency is key. A lot of good little juicy nuggets, but find your hack. Find your hack. There is no mystery to fitness. There's no mystery. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. I'll uncover a lot of things here on the daily, but always come back to this kind of theme. Always come back to this topic. Always come back to understanding this, that there is no mystery. It's doing, it's learning, it's executing. You can't ever, or you can never know if something works unless you try it. You really cannot say whether or not something works unless you try it. Unless you try it. If you're just saying, or you're asking, you're looking for the perfect program, doesn't exist. You're looking for the perfect diet, doesn't exist. You need to start doing things to figure out what works best for you. And most people are not willing or are too fucking afraid to start and do something different that they'll never find anything that works because they don't try anything and they don't try it hard enough. They don't put enough effort in. That's really that's so much harder than it seems. That's the big fucking disconnect. There's no mystery with fitness, just people are not willing to fucking work and figure out the best thing. So they end up doing all these other things, right? They'll do this, they'll follow this diet plan, they'll follow this program, without ever really going deep and really learning. That's why all my programming in Swole Enormous X is self-awareness. You're learning about your body when you're adding yoga, when you're doing mobility and functional training. You're learning about your body, so as you progress, you can customize your training more and choose different modalities and understand how your body works, your strengths and weaknesses, and where to focus. It's not cut and paste. You can't just train everyone the same way. You can't feed everyone the same way. You have to be consistent. Your food has to be something that you're going to be consistent with, that you're going to eat regularly, that you're going to put at the top priority list, and you're just going to fucking get it done. If you're really restricting yourself and you're really backing yourself into a corner with the way you're eating, you're not going to stick to it long term. Your body is dying to get away from it. And that's not how you should be eating. You should be consistent. You need to populate your gut biome. You need to repair your digestive system, your immune system. You need to treat your body well and give yourself some nice variety with foods, especially with like fermentable fiber, greens and stuff like that. Like, there's no evidence that greens are fucking bad. There's no evidence that meat is bad. You're making high quality choices and you're combining a lot of different nutrients. You're going to live a healthy life, especially if you're approaching with movement. You're exercising, you're eating clean food sources. You're not pounding yourself with fucking sugar. You're sleeping well. You're hydrating properly. You're managing your stress. See how many different prongs there already are, how many different pillars there are that you can focus on that will make a massive difference. Imagine if you're doing well on all of them. Imagine if you're doing well on all of them. You're consistent with your food, you're eating whole food sources, you're exercising, you're like all those things. If you're doing everything, really, if you're doing everything, you're going to be fucking great. You're going to be great. You're going to be in great condition, great shape. You're going to be healthy. You're not going to get sick. Like, you're going to be great. You're going to be much better than where you are now. So there's so many more things to focus on a larger picture rather than these little details. Like, well, how many sets should I do? Fucking details. Just start training. Just details. What's the best exercise for upper chest? Who gives a fuck? Go do chest. You don't have enough mass to worry about upper chest. You need to fucking train harder and eat better. Like, there's so many different things. Everyone just wants a quick fix. Everyone just wants a fucking Photoshop to be like, okay, cool, look at this filter. Now I look big. There's no diet that does that. There's no training style that does that. It takes fucking time and effort, consistency all the way. So get her done. Just do it. Things that kept me on my toes the last year and a half. That's right, Vince. That's right. It's all about the mindset and the approach. So take this episode, run with it, listen to it again, get fired up, get fucking amped. I'm ready to get my pump on, and I hope you are down to do the same. Remember, link in the description on Facebook for that special offer. Still running it for the next week or so. So it will be gone. So don't miss it. Check it out. Click the link, Facebook description. You can DM me any questions, Instagram, Facebook. Oh, remember again, I talked about at the beginning of the episode, if you want to join the Daily Swole Club to get the exclusive updates, kind of like I call it the VSP list now. We decided that earlier, the very swole person instead of VIP, VSP list. The Daily Swole Club, you just message me on Facebook and you'll get added to the list, and then you'll get notified when I go live. Let's say for whatever reason I can't go live, you'll get a notification when the podcasts are posted, certain little snippets, little workouts I do during the day. I'll break down some certain things nutrition wise, little it's like a little private little VSP list. So check it out, Daily Swole Clubs. It's fire. And all you gotta do is message me on Facebook, and then you'll get a prompt that will tell you where to click so you can join the Daily Swole Club. Thanks, Dale. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Podcasts were fire. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed those podcasts. That was fun to do, different style. I hope you enjoyed them. I got a lot of positive feedback, so it sounds like everyone did. And I'll be plugging into a lot of different things today, just trying to get back up to speed and catch everyone up, especially Swolenormous X peeps. I want to do some more uploads for that tonight. Going to focus on a few things and definitely go live and post up in the private Facebook group for those of you that are in Swolenormous X, that are Swolenormous X members. I will be talking to you later. And anything else, just hit me up. Let me know. I'll be doing some more content. I'll be posting some more fuego on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Follow me. Hit me up. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. Oh, it's nice to have the little headset on. Nice to have the mic. Got my coffee. Got the ball. I'm live everywhere. This is great. I got all my friends are here. All my friends are here. Well, thank you everyone for joining me for episode 885 of The Swole. Of course, I will see you all tomorrow. Won't I now? Isn't that special? So go check this out. Remember, you can subscribe to the podcast everywhere. Even if you watch live, go subscribe to a podcast, leave a review if you can on iTunes. But subscribe, Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can go to swolenormousx.com, main menu, click on podcast, and it'll bring up all the list of apps, and then you can choose one, subscribe to it, and the app will notify you when a new podcast is uploaded, when it's officially there. And I already mentioned about the Daily Swole Club on Facebook. Message me on Facebook, and you can join the Daily Swole Club. Any other questions, hit me up, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 886 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, and Schleezecast in Zarellum, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa, Schwolio. Out.